Forward. When I began this memoir in the year 2000, I'd just begun volunteering with the National Park Service's C&O Canal National Historical Park as a bike patrol volunteer. I must have had an inkling at that time my years in my second career with the Fairfax County Police Department may be winding down. I also recognized that I had a lot of fond, sometimes scary challenges during not only my years at WAMU-FM, but also as a DC Police Reserve officer. Over the years, I've come back to this compilation a number of times, tweaking or refining a memory, sometimes after consulting with a participant or witness, or just on my own recalling a memory fragment that would fit in somewhere, fill in a blank, or address a question. One of the problems with this technique, if you can call it that, is that it's kind of like being in a science fiction movie, bouncing back and forth in some time loop. Some items are written in the present tense, some in the past, some seem to just flip-flop back and forth. I also had to draw the line at where to terminate this exercise, hopefully before I find myself terminated. So I've made this command decision that rather than try to address some of these time anomalies through revisions or perhaps worse, allow this effort to go on forever, that if anything comes to me between this forward and the index to this work, I'll just include it in an afterword. If in fact there is an afterword at the end, then you'll know that I had something to add, or an afterthought, or a confession, or an apology. Don't flip ahead to check to see if that's the case. Do me the favor of at least listening to what I wrote. If it intrigues you, or you find it humorous, please keep reading. If a particular portion is boring, not your cup of tea or something you can't relate to, then just jump ahead to the next section. Finally, I've tried to treat many of these experiences in a light-hearted way. In doing so, I've not intended any disrespect. I have not changed the names to protect the innocent as Jack Webb's show Dragnet used to intone. Au contraire, I have named names when I can remember them, and have made no attempt to protect anyone or hide the truth. These experiences actually happened on my watch. If I have an incomplete recollection or a doubt about any fact or situation, I usually say so. So, as Donald Trump has recently said in criticizing his former National Security Advisor John Bolton's book and some of the so-called classified information it allegedly contains, quote, "Even conversations with me, they're highly classified. I will consider any conversation with me as president highly classified," unquote. What? Go figure. Bill Brown, June 2020.